What's going on, guys? Welcome to my live stream. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes to see if we can get more viewers, so we can start with this. In the meantime, whatever questions you have, you can say anything. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. What up, guys? Welcome to my live stream. Any questions? Do you got an AI? No. I don't even know how to deal with that, man. Yeah, I'm not a computer guy. But welcome to my live stream. AK-47. I do have a crank, which is from the AK-47 family. A crank up chamber in 7.62 by 39. There you go. That gray, nice lady right there. I love that gun. What is my oldest gun? I don't have old guns. I don't have any. They're more like modern guns. No vintage. Give me guns, man. No, I can't, bro. This is just for entertainment purposes. Forgive me for asking, but is this airsoft or real? It's real, brother. Does yes, it's real. I know some people lie about it, saying they are airsoft, so they don't get their video, their live stream to get shut down. But they are real, all of them. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please support my channel. It takes just a couple of seconds. And subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button so we can get the same number that we have on the left. We have 34 guys right now watching the live stream. Let's get that number on the right. Just double tap the screen real quick so I can get more views on YouTube and my what YouTube called the algorithm. I'm not a computer guy, so I don't know what is that, but I guess that's gonna help. Which is my favorite? They're all my favorite, man. They're all my favorite before I made the purchase. All right, that's why I purchased them. But my favorite one, um, as right now, is my CC Scorpion. I just put a delay blowback on it, so I upgrade all the opera receiver and the bolt and everything. So she's ready to go. The only thing that she's missing right now is a suppressor, and it's coming on January now. Gotta save those $100, right? We work hard to earn that money, so yes, nothing is free. How many guns I have? I would say like 34. Yeah, 34. But it's growing. It's growing slowly, but it's growing. Do you have a Colt M1911A1? No, I don't. The only 1911 that I have is my Kimber lightweight. And I put some love on it. It's shooting nice, really nice. And the other one is the Rock Island. That one is chambering 10 millimeters. That one right there. It's a double stack. So with that extended magazine, there's 19 rounds of 10 millimeters. And I did some upgrades on it, just like butter, dude. M16? No, I'm thinking about it, to do a replica of the N16. Obviously, an N16 will be a fully automatic gun, but I'm thinking about it and get, some retro boss stock and carry handle and do an M16. It's not hard, I built all my ARs, so I just need a retro, low receiver, upper receiver, and the handguard. I think the handguard is made of what is it? It's not polymer. It's kind of like a fiberglass. Yeah, I remember those back in the day, the N16. I got to shoot those in the military. Appreciate it, brother. MDC, that Kimber looks sweet. Appreciate it. I did some upgrades, not a lot, but all the plastic parts that came in the gun, I replaced it for metal, and actually changed the recoil spring, put a buffer on it. I put a rail, a permanent rail on it, and it's shooting nice, man. I shoot 45 ACP on auto through that thing. Any revolvers? No, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Every time I go to buy a revolver, I walk out of the store with something else, man. All right, but I need some revolvers in my collection. I'm not a 1911 lover, but I did purchase the 1911 just to have, you know, at least a 1911. So I'm missing a Beretta, but I do have a couple of Berettas. I have a Beretta APX Combat over there. Let me let me take this off. The APX, and I have a shotgun here. Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol. That thing is ready to go already. I did the upgrades on it, and it's ready. I had the chisel boss stock, had the saddle on the other side. She is ready. That's actually my shotgun for home defense. It's loaded with Winchester defense ammo, which is 3 buckshots mixed with a slug. I don't know what you mean, Jason. Which one do you think you will feel the best in my mouth? I don't know. uh, David Stain. Okay, David Stain. Loves Warriors. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Hey, if you haven't subscribed, please support my channel. Support the Second Amendment. I always support all the gun tubers. I always go around and I subscribe to all of them. Right? This is a small community, and we don't get that much love from YouTube. We're kind of like the bad boys of YouTube, the black chips. A double A 12L cell. No, I don't have. I don't have that one. Damn. Okay, I can see you're a big 45 guy. Uh, Not really. The only 45 actually that I have is that Kimber, and I love the 10 millimeters. That double stack right there. It's not a expensive gun. That's like $700 to $800. But I did so much modifications on it. That is shooting really nice. Got a grease back here too. Actually, it's actually a pistol. That's one of my last ones. It's chambered in 10 millimeters. Yeah. I was gonna purchase it in 9 mil, but since obviously the Creaseback have very low recoil, I decided to go with 10 millimeters. So I had to test it. Actually, I had a surgery, a knee replacement, like 30 days ago. I'm getting better already. So probably in a week, I'm gonna go to the range and test it. And this one right here actually was a pair. It's a Mac 5. It's a copy of the MP5, but with the with less $2,000 price tag. So I'm waiting for some parts, some upgrades, and when I receive those upgrades, actually I'm gonna go to the range with that one, and this one because I had the Bolt, but I didn't have the upper. So I put the upper, and I had to test it now. But I'm pretty sure she's gonna be fine, sure and fine. uh, let's try. Okay. Uh, Orange smoke. I have been looking at the vector for a while. Yeah, me too. Me too. But money doesn't grow from trees, so I have to save a little bit. To actually make the purchase. It's not that expensive, but for a humble guy that like me that work for his living, it's not hard. It's not easy to you know buy his these toys. A Kuna. Uh, I like the Kuna. I'm not gonna lie. It looks very nice, and I seen the reviews. It looks like it's a very decent gun. But what is a Kuna? A delayed blowback. It has a delayed blowback system with bearings, so it's pretty much what I have here. You know, in the Scorpion. So I'm not missing anything from the Kuna and this Scorpion right here. All right, this Scorpion is already upgrade. It's ready to go. The only thing that I'm missing right now is a shorter barrel so I can run the suppressor inside the handguard. And this one, yeah, I go over I go with this one over the Kona any day. But a decent gun from Springfield. Oh yeah. Okay. Buenos dias, amigo. Phone talkie. Hey, what's going on? Buenos dias. I'm Puerto Rican, by the way. Puerto Rican American. Okay. Rear or airsoft. No, they're rear guns. All of them. None of them are fake or airsoft. Actually, one of the rules of YouTube is that you cannot touch the guns during live stream. So I got this laser pointer right here. It's lame as hell. You know, funny, funny story is that the first video that I made, the first live stream, I started reviewing the guns like I was doing a whole video, man. I got shut down in like 5 minutes. I was testing the trigger, doing a bunch of stuff and got shut down for like 72 hours. So yeah, I cannot touch any of these guns. Uh, Orange Smoke M7, pick up FNX 45. That is a decent gun. That is a decent gun. Um, Actually, long time ago, I was thinking about buying that gun right there. Yeah, I have a lot of capacity too. It's a tactical too version. 9 mil. What type of 9 mil? All of these guns, mostly all the guns are 9 mil, and that right there is 9 mil. I don't have any ARs, so I'm thinking on building. I'm thinking on building. I was looking earlier at PSA. They had this special price for three lower receivers for like $119. So I was thinking in buying like six of them, so just to have in stock, and you know, whenever I want to build something, because with the what no, not semi, the multi-cal lower, you can build a lot of shit. You can build a Beowulf, 50 Beowulf, 7.62, 22, um, 30 caliber, 300 blackout, 5.56, 223. You mentioned it. It's kind of like the Lego of the guns, the AR-15. I challenge you to a duel. No, bro. I'm not. I'm not that guy, bro. Can you give me a Glock 17 for free? Why? I don't even know you, bro. But I can show you my Glock 17. There you go. That's one of my babies right there. Really nice. Actually, I used that one on that recovery tactical 2020. Recover tactical 2020 brace and frame. Pretty cool. You see, it's not a lot of shit. It's not bulky, and it gets the jobs done. Roller delay, gas, blowback, hammer, forge, barrel, and ergonomics better, in my opinion. You're talking about the Kuna. Yeah, I mean everybody have a different opinion, you know. But this thing is ready to go, man. You know, it's almost the same thing. I just put $700 in between the Oppo receiver and the whole blowback system from Nexus. So yeah, you're too quiet to be a Puerto Rican. Yeah, I mean I was not before, you know, but I'm an old guy already, man. So when you get old, you get humble. You get more quiet and observe more and take better decisions. ARP 5, nice. I pick up a jawbone, 9 millimeters, nice. La Puerto Rico, I visit a few times. My best friends have a family. They're outside on San Juan. Yeah, they're good people, man. You know, um, everybody that I work with, they say the same thing. Some people even get jealous. They're like, "Oh man, I don't know why they love you so much. Cause you're Puerto Rican? I don't know." All right. So, are you selling guns, bro? No, I'm not selling anything. This is just for demonstration. Have a little talk about guns, and actually, I'm not gonna lie, to grow up my channel. All right. So, if you have the chance, please subscribe to my channel so I can get more subscribers. Once I get to 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna start giving stuff away. Okay, even money. But first, we have to get there. Let me put this in the Bible real quick. All right, close. So you guys, and then I'm gonna change the image in a couple of seconds so you guys can have more of a view because I know I'm talking, I'm moving a lot. Okay, so let's start here and then we move around. I'll be back. Just give me a couple of seconds. I'm trying to log in on my laptop. All right. So no live streams are selling guns. No, yeah, that's true. You're not supposed to sell anything on a live stream. Do you have historical guns? No, I do not have any historical guns. I know it's not historical, but it's kind of like I want to buy. This is actually my next purchase, right? Once I recover from the Chris Beck and the MP5, Mac 5, I want to get a Springfield M1A, but the tactical version, the SOCOM version, which is a 7.62 by 51 NATO or 308. That's my next purchase, right? And actually, between those purchases, I want to get another, but this one is gonna be a real HK MP5, but chambered in 22 with a 16-inch barrel. So that's gonna be my plinker. Okay, it comes ready with a box stock, everything good to go, and it's only like $600. Cool movie props. Movie props. Mike. Paint guns. Paint guns. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you know what is a real gun, if you ever seen a real gun, you can identify those things, just to look at it. All right, I don't need to be specific. All right, yeah, nice replica of paint guns. Um, Vincent Berlick, who, what caliber is the AR with the banana mag? Uh, what banana mag? I have plenty of ARs here. So that one is a 5.56 to 3, and it's a 16-inch barrel. Everything started with an IR precision lower, and then everything is different brands. I have a 6-hour Tango 16 by 24, and then I have here, another IR precision lower build. Everything is hard. Everything is a build, right? I don't purchase a whole rifle, and it's a 5-inch barrel, chambered in 300 blackout. I want to suppress this one. It's an excellent gun for home defense, all right? And then in the back we have another 16 inches, 300 blackout. Here we have a 7.62, right? I had to do a lot of tweaking on this one because if you have a 7.62 by 30, 7.62, you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, these guys by 39 are hard. You have to get the right mag and the right parts, the right buffer, and everything. So I recommend, if you guys are building a 7.62 by 39, to get a Duramag. The older mags are trash. Then here I have another AR here. It's a side charging handle. This one is it's not expensive. This one is a Bird Creek Arsenal build, right? I just purchased the upper receiver. Everything else I had it. It's a 7.62 by 39, 7.5-inch barrel. Then down here, right, this is one of my oldest one. This is a Spy Tactical build, and it's chambered 5.56 and 223. All right, excellent. Have a JP spring, buffer spring. Everything is nice. All right, ready to go. Ready to go. All right, guys. I gotta say this every 5 minutes. I know some of you guys been in the live stream for a little bit, but if you haven't subscribed, please support my channel, support the gun community. Like I support everybody else. Right? Please take a couple of seconds. Just double tap that screen so we can get I can get more algorithm. That's what YouTube call. So I can get more views. Right? When I actually make my video. So I got over 150 videos in my channel. All these guns have specific upgrades, internal and outside too. So if you want to go check my videos, and you're looking for a specific gun on this table, please subscribe, and watch my videos. Actually, this one, I have a lot of videos, right? I was one of the first guys, getting the conversion on the PD20 mag to work with that SAR9, okay? When the extended mags were not available. Now there's a couple of Pro mags and SAR9. SAR actually sells magazines with the extensions. All right, but if you want older information that is not out there, you can look at my videos. Right, I have the jailbreaks for it. All right, Zach McKay, are you in the cartel? No, brother, I'm not in the cartel. That's the cartel, the only cartel that I know. All right. Not every Hispanic person is part of the cartel. Can I have one? I am 6. Okay. I shoot a 50 cal. The Rico is hard. Okay, Neto ran. Yeah. So Seth Campbell, you are like me. Just start with a lower. Yeah. I bought one AR. I don't have it anymore. Um, and I did so many upgrades on that gun, so that I can just build another gun, another AR with everything that was left. So never again I'm purchasing another AR or spending like stupid money on an AR. All right. You guys know the M4s in the army. They are crap, okay? And they get the job done. Unless you're a professional shooter and you actually, want not for home defense only, want like accuracy for long distance, you can build something nice with heavy barrel and everything. But for home defense, you know, you can go halfway. Yeah, got a lot of custom gun. Yeah, that's right. SBA 5. Is there a way to go? Yes. Is that a SBA 5? Uh, yeah, I don't remember right now. But it's either this one or I like this one. This is one of the last release from the braces. I love that one. Actually, I have a couple. I have another one in the other AR, and I'm thinking about upgrading. But I don't know. I might get a triangle foldable uh, stabilizer in a triangle shape for that one, and then transfer that one to another build. But yeah, there's more benefits in an AR pistol or any PCC pistol than an actual SBR. Okay, I'm not hating on the SBR, but there's more benefits. If you know what I'm talking about, good luck with the guns. Appreciate it. Get some air plugs too. Air plugs. No, I have those guys over there. I have like 6 of them. Peltors. Peltors with air plugs. Earplugs. Try SK47, very reliable. I'm gonna look for it. And 4, where safety is off. Yeah, none. It doesn't matter if the safety is off or not. None of those guns are loaded. All right, they've been checked over and over and over again. I know some of them had the magazines on it, right? But there's nothing in the chamber. All right. I like your setups. I have a few on shorts up. Yeah. So actually, like I said, I was thinking in purchasing like a couple of Palmetto State Armory lower receivers, which are not that expensive. A lower is a lower, unless you're building something really nice and you want to spend like ridiculous money, like $300, $400 in a lower, just to say, hey, I have a $300 or $500 lower, which is the same crap. But I'm thinking of buying a couple of those. I was looking actually earlier. Um, Bear Creek Arsenal, they have a 50 Beowulf Opera receiver with everything. It's a side charging handle and everything, and 10.5 inches barrel with compensator and everything. So I was looking on that. All I need to do is buy a couple of magazines or get a couple of AR-15 magazines made of metal, which I have a bunch of those, like over 100, and modify the magazine for a 50 Beowulf. But I'm thinking do on doing a build. Not expensive, just to have fun. Okay. How about a Stoker? I hear those are nice, but I don't have those. Uh, favorite Glock clone. Not hating on the Glock clones, right? Nothing wrong with that. I know some people like to build their own Glock style, because once you go with a clone, you don't have a Glock anymore. It's a Glock alike. Okay, but not hating. There's some nice, really nice builds out there, but I don't have any. All I have is Glocks, and I don't do a lot of modifications, internal modifications. Just if I need to change the recoil spring because I'm putting a compensator, that's about it. Okay, but they're reliable from factory. I know some people are crying because the triggers are like 4 or 5 pounds, but I got mine hands, bro. I can handle it. So it doesn't matter. So there you go. I have a 19. That's my favorite carry gun right there. Obviously, they all have extended magazines, but this is just for demonstration purposes. They all have their flush magazines, and that's what I carry the gun with, right? But the external one, the extended ones, will be for an additional mag. Okay, so we got a 19X right there. It's already compensated. We had a 15-pound recoil spring ready to go, and this is my favorite right here. All right, all the modifications are external, nothing internal. Okay, that's my carry gun, and I recommend if you have a carry, everyday carry, don't do any modifications on your trigger. All right, especially a Glock. That's one of my babies right there. My Glock 17 have a timing trigger, Surefire X300 Turbo, TLR7, Glock 48 MOS. I decided to go with the 48 over the 43 because the length of the barrel. And this gun is actually the same size, maybe by half of a centimeter bigger, longer than the 19X. But they're almost the same size guns. All right, especially if you use that Chill Arms 15 round magazine, because those guns comes with a 10 round. All right, so those are my 4 Glocks right there. That's my everyday carry, and I start using that one, the 48, and my 17. Okay. Is there a Cabela in Florida? I think so. I think so. I want to be a hero one day. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay. 100% impractical. Will you have to use for anything that you have other than selling it to a moron who doesn't know what they're buying? I mean, I'm not selling anything, bro. I'm not selling anything. This is just me right here. All right. I'm doing myself. All right. And if you don't like it, that's your opinion. And I respect that. Okay. I respect that. Especially when you get hate, that means that you're doing something right. All right. When people takes time to hate you, it's because you're doing something right. I learned that in my 19 years in my job. I had never liked a Glock for some reasons to blend or something. Yeah, I mean, it's like me in the past when I started purchasing gun. I didn't like Glock neither, right? Actually, when I got that Canic over there, which was one of my first guns, the Canic SFX, I went to purchase a Glock, right? A Blue Label Glock, but I left the store with a Canic. Okay, that's how much I used to love the Glocks. Okay, so these guns right here, the Glocks, they're most likely more like recent purchases. Okay, I mean, not recent, yeah, recent. That was my first Glock right there, the 19. It's my biggest beef with Glock, though. to an extent. They are ugly. I I agree with you. I agree with you. You know, this is my favorite gun right here. It's not the more expensive gun, but this is my favorite gun. The 75 SP01 from CC. It's beautiful. All right. I take that one over the Shadow 2, over in gray. Chinatown 2533. Yeah, I know you've been sarcastic. How dare you? You have a different taste in guns than me. Yeah, I know, right? Some people hate you because you don't like what they like. I think I could fit a complete Glock 23 slide on a Rock Island SCK 200 frame and change out the mag. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, let me go around the block. So, like I said, this is I already got the magazines. I can't touch anything, man. But you guys can see the lips on the magazines. They're being reduced a little bit and they've been polished. All right. So now when I pull that bolt to the back and then slowly release the bolt, catch on the round, and take that round very soft to the chamber. All right. Before that didn't happen. So I'm pretty sure clean up the gun real good. You know, make sure that ramp is polished. Everything's looking good. So hopefully when I take this gun with the upgrades that are coming this week, all right, to the range, it's gonna be doing okay. Just like this one. All right. Those Chris Vector mags, which are not Chris Vector. All right. Do you guys see it right there? All right. The mag says Glock. All right. So these are not Chris Vector magazines. Those are Glock magazines with a Chris Vector extension. All right. And those Chris Vector extensions, they don't like certain rounds. Right. I see some guys saying, oh, you have to polish this, polish that. And I used to do that, you know. You can see I took the magazine apart like 5 times trying to figure out. But what was wrong was not the magazine, was the size of the bullet in the tip. And they were getting stuck in the bottom after the 20 rounds. Nice, super nice collection. Yeah, I mean it's a humble collection, you know. It's growing. Okay, it's growing. So now I'm on the PCCs, right? Gotta test these 10 millimeters, right? If she behave good, I'm I'm looking forward to have this bad boy right here for home defense, all right? But before, you have to earn that, all right? If not, it's just gonna be another range toy. But this one, I believe, I have faith on this one. I think this one's gonna be doing a good job. And this one too, for home defense. But that's my baby right there. Very fast, very fast. And loaded with Winchester defense ammo, a box shot, a 3 box shots with a slug per round. Yeah, you don't want to get hit by that. You don't want to get hit by that. Let me put this in the Bible real quick. You guys have any question, any comments? Go ahead. All right, don't be shy. Even if you want to criticize me, it doesn't matter. All right, that's what I'm here for the bad ones and the good ones. Just want a metal Glock on a 40 sounds, guys. A 40 Smith and Wesson or Glock 40. I mean, I don't know what you mean. Why you do 411 to afford this many? I mean, remember, Sony, um, I didn't purchase all these guns at once. Okay, obviously you have to dedicate. I mean, for me first is my family, my mortgage, my cars are paid off, and all my bills. First, and putting food on the table before this. All right, obviously not before this because at least one of these guns. At least I gotta have one to protect my family. But the other, are because I like guns and this is my hobby, right? But it takes time. It takes time. This is not one day or a month or a year, you know. Actually, I will have more, if I only concentrate on buying guns and not buying everything else that I have. But it takes time, all right? So, time and patience, okay? What kind of grip in that is in that 19X, bro? All right, you're gonna laugh about this, okay? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show it to you for a couple of seconds. Try to figure out. Try to figure out. Now, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. Sean, tell me what it is. What kind of grip I have in that 19X? Yep. Posteriority 9539. Bingo. It's a bike tooth. It's a bike tooth. All right. If you guys are spending money in the hot grips to get rubber on your grips, guys are wasting money. Okay. You guys are wasting money. One is not gonna add more thickness to your grip. All right. If you already like the thickness on the size on your grip, that is not gonna add anything. It's just gonna add the rubber. Same as here. Put some rubber right there, rubber right there. All right. Not all of them because some grips are really good, but yeah, that's actually a cheap idea. And actually, you can use that bike tubes, right? If you hear the term about Ranger bands, right? That's what pretty much the military use to secure equipment, or have many purposes, right? You can attach to the cables or anything like that, right? There you go. So with one mountain bike, two, you can do a lot of shit, all right? But yeah. Yeah. And actually, if you get like a thinner one for like a road bike, and you have sometimes like a light mounted that is next to the compensator, right? That is gets burned by the light gets burned by the compensator on your gun. You can add the thin layer on your light to protect that light, or you can put it around the corners of your scopes so they don't get scratched. And actually, it's gonna be easy to tight or do the adjustments because it's rubberized. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm a guy that tried to do everything myself, even the holsters. All these guns, well, mostly all of the guns, not all of them, but mostly all these guns have holsters made by me. Okay. What I did, well, actually, I have to pull all the guns out of the safe, and I can't open the door right now because it's blocked. But inside the door, I did like a belt with bolts, with screws to the door. And then on those belts, I put every holster, right, for every gun. So all I had to do is put the gun inside the holster. If I grab in the whole pistol, I grab in the whole holster, the entire holster with the pistol, and it's already compact in the same door. Yeah, I don't even have one holster here to show you guys. They're all inside that thing right there. Yeah, I do have a couple. There you go. It's easy. It is really easy. So all you have to do is get a. Actually, I made my own press, made of wood. I can't get it right now, but it's somewhere in there. That box over there. That's a press that I use to make my holsters. Any engraving? No. No, not yet. Yeah, man. Yeah. Actually, I do all my stippling jobs too. Yeah, all those stippling jobs, stippling. I did all that. My Glock 17 over there. That CC, that was me. Yeah. All that slides that are polished like chrome, that was all me, man. That was all me. That actually that P229, that was a law enforcement trade that I bought it from a pawn shop for like less than $300. And I polished all that slide, just to have something different, right? And all the internals and everything um, being upgraded, all right? Same as that P320 right there. That is chambered in 300. Actually, I cut the trigger. It was thicker. Yeah. And I have a couple more around the house. My wife have a Taurus G2, the compact version. And I polish her, and all the details are like in blue and like teal color, whatever she likes. Really nice. Yeah, that gun right there, it didn't came with a rail. I got that rail from Caspian website. So their specialty is on 1911s and 2011s. So they sell frames and upper receivers and barrels, high quality and very tight. So I bought that lower receiver, the lower 1913 Picatinny rail, and it's actually adapted there forever, same as the 1911 from Rock Island. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, I like to do everything myself. That grip is adapted to the handguard. Yeah, and that right there. I used to have a 1973 Volkswagen when I was a teenager. That was long time ago. A 1973 Volkswagen, a Yugo. And if you ever seen or know anything about the Volkswagens, it has like a bike cable, right? Inside the glove box that you pull, and then that opens the trunk, which is in the front. So I put a wiper, one of those wiper motors They go back and forward. The wipers don't go around it, so they just go down and up. So I took one of those wipers to put with a switch to pull the cable. So imagine by that time, you know, everybody was pulling the cables, and I had a fucking motor in my trunk to actually open that thing automatic. Yeah, I work in cars, everything doing myself. I can't, well, not right now, because I mean, I recently, had a surgery like a month ago. But I can drop an engine and put it back myself, a transmission, and no help, just me. I know some of you guys are freaking mechanics and are experts, but what I'm trying to say is that everything I try to do it myself, not rely on somebody else to do it for me. All right. And that's the way, you want to save money. Especially with all the experts on YouTube on these days, man. All you have to do is look on YouTube, and there you go. You can find the answer. It's right there for you. All you have to do is do it yourself. You know, save $300, $500. The other day, my AC was fucked up, and all I had to do is look on YouTube and replace a fucking part that cost $20, which a technician will charge you like over $300. All right, you guys hear that buzzing sound? Is the fan? It's a little hot here, especially with this change of temperature here in Florida. One day is hot, one day is cold. You never know. So I got five guys in this live stream right now. What is your everyday carry? What do you carry every day? Your most trusted firearm. What is it? Just dropping down the comments. Oh, I think the guy's falling asleep. Well, I guess that D1AZ is Diaz. Will Diaz. What's going on? How you doing? Welcome to my live stream. What is your favorite everyday carry? It doesn't have to be a Glock. It can be whatever you decide. Hellcat, they're pretty good. FN 509. It doesn't matter. What is your favorite everyday carry? What do you put your trust on? Your life. All right, guys. It's just an advice. It's something very important, right? If you have your guns, buying all your shit, make sure you always have like an I love me book, right? Which is this thing right here. Make sure you have everything documented. You had those guys knocking on your door. They better come with a court order, right? Because they're not gonna open my safe, or they're not gonna step in the house. So make sure you have everything. I have pictures of every gun that I have, and in the back, I actually have all the receipts, all the information, a form from where I purchased the gun, the dates, and pretty much all the attachment that I have in the gun too. Okay, so there you go. Even if it's a gun that I bought from somebody else, it should be a bill of sale in this book right here. All right. So make sure you guys take the time. an hour and be more organized, right? You never know. It's better be safe than sorry. Glock 26 Generation 5 in the waistband carry. Nice, 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 nice. First time carrying a smaller pistol, but kind of legal it. Okay. I mean, the good thing about smaller pistols, right, is that you can go bigger, right, and extended mags. But in the long grip firearms or pistols, obviously you cannot go shorter. All right, that's what I decided when I was very on the side when I went to purchase the FM 509. I was gonna get the tactical version, the FDE version, but I decided to go with the mid size because it's shorter and you can always get the same capacity on rounds. All right, and if you want a longer grip, you can get an extended a plus five, plus two, and actually extend a little bit that grip, which I have already. All right. So nothing wrong with small firearms. But me, I prefer to carry something between, all right? Not too small, not too big. Something that is manageable, all right? That is not gonna be that snappy. So you can get the following shots on target. It's not gonna be all over the place, all right? All right, well, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, right? So you can support my channel. And actually, when I drop some videos or gun reviews, actually you can go through my channel. I have plenty of reviews on guns, lights, cars. You can imagine. You can scroll down my videos and watch them all. You're more than welcome. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Actually, when I get, actually right now I'm somewhere. Let me get these numbers. Computer's slow as hell. I'm not a computer guy. I'm a gun guy, but not a computer guy. All right. I still trying to figure out how you put that question in the screen, right? I was gonna put, hey, do you support the Second Amendment? Yes or no? But I still trying to figure it out. Probably look some videos on YouTube, YouTuber experts later on. So right now I almost have 8,400 subscribers. All right. So when I get to 10,000 subscribers, I promise already, not only to you, but to all of them that subscribe already, that I'm gonna start doing giveaways. Okay. And at least once a year or once every 6 months, I want to give away a gun, a brand new gun, not the ones that I have. All right. And in between, small tokens like lights or red dot, why not? Okay. Why not? I most likely do this for fun, bro. All right, because when I do my videos and my reviews on the guns, or how to disassemble the gun, how to do the upgrades. When you do all that, your videos are demonetized. All right, because YouTube doesn't allow to do that. So most of my videos are demonetized. All right, I don't get any money from the videos. Some of the videos that I do on the reviews, the actual good reviews, they get demonetized. All right, but why are you gonna stop? Why are you gonna stop yourself from doing something good and actually, do something lame because they want you to do it their way? No, fuck that. Let me go around the table. There you go. I have a crease back here, 10 millimeters, 6.5 inches barrel. I have a crank, 7.62 by 39, 5.56 AR pistol, 7.5 barrel, 16 inches rifle, 7.62 by 39. I have a bullpup over there by Panzer Arms, the BP-12, right? And she looked like she's pregnant. It has a 20 round drum of, I think those are slugs. I'm not sure 100%, but I think I put all them slugs, right? And she's ready to go, ready to go. Ready to go over there. Bolt action. That's a 308, and it's a Mossberg Patriot Predator, all right? 7.62 by 39. Right side charging handle. It's a pistol tool, 7.5-inch barrel, and 7.62 by 39. All right, she's ready to go. It's not expensive build, but I did some modifications inside that the actual upper didn't came with, to get it running good, because those 7.62 by 39 are a little weird, all right, to get them reliable. Now, a 300 blackout is a different story. All you have to do is drop an upper receiver. Actually, it's the same upper receiver, same everything, same bolt, same BCG, same everything. The only thing that actually changed on the 300 blackout is the barrel, and that one is a 5-inch barrel, chambered in 300 blackout. In the back, there's another 300 blackout, and that one is a 16-inch barrel. And this beauty right here, I love the color, man. That bronze, burnt bronze, mixed with FDE. Yeah, she looks pretty. Yeah, that's a 5.56 and 223. And actually, I love shotguns. That's a Saiga copy right there. Saiga copy. That's a SCS Lynx, and that's one of my babies right there. All right, I paid like $500 for this thing. Obviously, not with all the upgrades, but that magazine right there is the only magazine that these guns like. All right, if you want more information, go watch my video about that magazine. It's a metal magazine, and it's gonna be very tight fit, and she eats anything that is 12 gauge. Anything, 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 anything. I have a blast with her. Every time I go to the ranch with friends, everybody shoot it. She's actually the whore when I take her. All right. All right. And this one is a Benelli Supernova, and it's one of my favorites too, because she shoots mini shells. All right. Aguila mini shells, so I can put 11 in the tube and one in the head, 12 rounds, double all buckets or slugs. And this is my favorite. That's my home defense, brother. Yeah, Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol. She's fast, fast as hell. Semi-automatic shotgun. Beretta, Remington A70. This is a Tonka of the shotguns. This one has been with me for a while. And obviously, my home defense with the shotgun. This is my go gun right here. The CC Scorpion. I call her that she is a CC Nexus size, because it has been upgraded with the Nexus delay blowback system. Yep. Man, YouTube, you, yeah, YouTube used to be cool, man. The Mauritian Ranch. I know those guys, OGs, but now it's very lame. All you have to do is, all you have is the short, and probably in the same day you see the same gun like 200 times with different songs, okay, different backgrounds of music, just flexing the gun back and forward. All right, that doesn't say anything. All right, but times change, and you have to adapt. I got a bunch of knives too. I don't have all of them out here, but they're in the drawer. I don't have space. I had to pull all those things out of the box. I have some EDCs right there. everyday carry. Some of these guns, it's nice being with me for over 20 years. Already, already, guys. There's only two guys in the live stream. Everything is going down right now. You have any questions? Just let me know. I'll be here for maybe 2 more minutes if this doesn't go up. And then night. All right, so this thing right here, if she behaves good in the range, right? Obviously, if she don't behave good, I probably give her one more chance and try to figure out because that's what I always do. But if not, then it's gonna be another range toy. And this one right here too, the same way. All right, it has some upgrades. The whole rail and handguard is on the way already with the Picatinny rail mount in the back and the Strike Industries foldable, stabilizer brace. It's on the way. All right. So all those magazines are clean already and adapted to that gun. I took my time, do some shaving and polishing, and I think she's ready. She's ready for the range. So let's see how she behaves. All right. Actually, some of those parts on the Mac 5, they are original HK SP5. Okay, they coming from the same factory. Okay, how many years do you take? Uh, all around 8 to 9 years. All right. Um, Actually, I haven't been like full throttle. Obviously, this is my hobby, but I'm not gonna get in depth or nothing crazy buying guns. Right. I do what I can. But if you want to get a star collection, all you have to do is get your EDC. Right. Decide what EDC is best for you. Get that one, get the light, get a good holster, red dot sight, a bunch of magazines, stack up. That's gonna be your everyday carry, right? And then start buying guns. But what a lot of people uh, do is they start doing upgrades, when they purchase the gun. Don't do that. Purchase a gun and then move to the next one, right? When you get like 5 or 10 guns, then start doing upgrades because in each gun you're gonna spend more than the gun actually costs. Some of them, right? Depends on what type of red dot sight you put in on it, how many magazines, trigger change, lights. All those things are expensive. So sometimes you spend in the gun more than what you actually pay for it. All right. So that's my advice. Yeah, that's what I did at the beginning. Um, I started buying guns. Actually shoot them too, but didn't do upgrades. And then after a while, I started doing that. With the ARs, I never, ever, just one. The first AR, my first AR, and then after that, I figure out never ever again. I bought a complete AR. Always get a lower. I start building from there. It's easy. Once you get the first one, the other ones are easy. All right. ARs are easy to build. So once you get, especially on these days, you can find a whole entire Oppo receiver for $200. All right, but if you want to buy something more expensive, 300, 400, 500, $600, you can do so too. You can get a not expensive, out of precision, lower receiver. That is gonna cost you. You can find them in like 79, $80, or even $100, and start building from there. But some guys are spending a lot of money in ARs. Uh, if you see what the military shoots, you're gonna be like, yeah, those cheap ass M4s, and they do the job. With the exception of special forces, they use Daniel Defense, and they have different upper receivers per lower with different attachments like scopes, radial sights, different setups. But I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, that is my baby right there, the A300. That thing shoots fast, like super fast, like super fast, like super fast. Semi-auto. I want to get an M4. It's in my list. A Benelli M4. It's in my list. So my next three guns, but the next one will be a Springfield M1A, and it's gonna be the tactical version, the SOCOM 7.5, 7.62 by 51 NATO or 308. And after that, I want to get a cheap Plinker, which is gonna be a HK MP5 chamber in 22. All right, that's gonna be my Plinker with a 16-inch barrel. And after that, hopefully I can get an M4. I'm shooting to get an M4 from Benelli. In between, just build a couple of ARs. I want to build 50 Beowulf, and you can do that with any multi-cal, low receiver. That's the beauty about just buying the lower. You can build whatever you want and how many upper receivers you want per lower, because they are not serialized. Only the lower. I wish. I wish I can. I mean, why not? If I had the chance, I will. Of course, I will. You know. I mean, if the people from Iraq and Afghanistan got helicopters and everything they got for free, why not? But no. Obviously, if you know about guns, none of these guns are military guns. None of them. All right, none of them. Especially the military won't buy anything that is made in China. You won't see any military gun with the Chinese made or any Chinese parts. All right, in any military gun. It have to be 100% American made. Okay. The only exception will be the M4 from Benelli. I think they stole enough. No, nobody stole shit. U.S. gave it for free. For free. 0 cents. $0. $0. That's what President Biden did, you know. Sleepy Joe, that's what he did. He left everything in Afghanistan and Iraq. There you go, guys. So you guys can fight back and stop doing those homemade IEDs. Get free technology for free. No, I don't agree. They didn't steal anything. They didn't steal anything. We just left it over there. We just left it over there. All right. All type of all-terrain vehicles, helicopters, shit. All those billions of dollars for free. There you go. And they don't even want to pay for your own health benefits. Sending a lot of money to other countries, but we're fucked. And the bad thing is that we pay those guys with our tax money. We're so stupid that we pay them to fuck us in the back. Yeah, buddy. We pay them to do their job and fuck us in the back. We paid all those senators that are fucking our Second Amendment and make us pay $200 and NFA items, for a stupid piece of plastic in the back like a bus duck and a burger grip. They act like they don't know what they're talking about. So a lot of people say, "Oh, they're fucking morons. They don't know what they. I mean, when they're talking about guns, they don't know. Well, they do know. All right. They want you to think that they are ignorant and they don't know. Yeah, yeah. But we're so busy in our daily, jobs and taking care of ourselves every day. We're so busy paying the rent and, you know, try to live one more day and try to figure out how we're gonna, take care of ourselves that we don't know what the fuck is going around us. Yeah, and they send us that $1,500 check. Oh, I'm gonna give you guys a 1,500, $2,000 free check. So you guys can get back up. Motherfuckers, you guys are sending trillions of dollars and billions of dollars in weapons to all the countries, and we fucking eating shit here, right? But hey, whatever. That's my opinion. Yeah, man. Yeah. Don't let me. Don't get me started, bro. Cause I don't want to talk about politics here, man. Yeah. I don't want to talk about politics. You know, when you got two bad guys, two dumbasses running for president, right? And you got those two. Which one you gonna vote for? For the less dumbass. All right, they're both dumbasses, but you're gonna vote for the less dumbass. Yeah, that's how they do it. We love politics. Yeah, yeah, I know. Some people are so blind that they can't see what is going on in their nose. I was talking to my wife the other day. Um, all these kids and minors trafficking. They've been finding a lot of these kids. Like hundreds of them, and some people are doing I think it's called the Dragon Eye operation, some shit like that. And some people are doing their job, but you know what surprised me? That is not a top news, right? People don't talk about that, but they talk about Diddy, what Diddy did. That's top news. But what is really going on? The sex trafficking, all the kids disappearing every day. Um, that is not top news. That is not top news. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how busy we are with our lives that we don't know what is going on. All right. That's why you need one of these tools. You know, because if somebody kick on your door, 3, 4 guys, and you call 911, right? They're gonna show up. They're gonna show up to count the bodies with the forensic, but it's gonna be you, right? Because police is gonna show up 15, 20, 1 hour later, right? And it's a crude reality, but it's true, you know. Um, these guys are not taking just your money, you know. They taking your life and the loved ones too. All right. They're gonna do atrocities in the front of you. They're gonna tie you up through a chair while they do everything that they're gonna do to your family and your kids in your face. And they maybe let you live so you can live with that, you know. But for me, brother, over my fucking cadaver, bro. Over my fucking cadaver. Somebody knock on that door. Shit, they're gonna meet my A300 right there. Yeah, yeah, man. It's full of slugs and fucking double up box. Hopefully, I don't have to use and that shit in any ignorant, trying to do a home invasion. You know, I pray God that I had never had to use one of these guns. All right, because I'm shooting to the head. You know, I'm not gonna get sued after they trying to steal my shit or rape my wife or my kids. So somebody walk in my house, especially armed, you're not walking out, bro. You're not walking out. All right. And I'm not saying this like proud. I'm saying this as a reality. I'm Puerto Rican. I am Puerto Rican. I'm from PR. And if some of you guys don't know, PR is, well, damn, shit. I'm talking to a ghost right now because the damn live stream says 0. Are you still there? You see? People don't like politics, bro. Yeah, people don't like politics. It's like putting your finger in their fucking guts. Yeah, people don't like when you talk reality. Yeah, you know what I gave to my daughter on the 21st birthday? A fucking pistol. A fucking pistol. And you know what I told her? And so fucking maniacs, I had to put fucking a finger on you. Shoot him. I will spend all my fucking savings to take you out of jail. Yeah, it's better being in jail than in the fucking 6 or 9 feet under the ground. You can't get you can't get out of that hole, bro. From jail, you have more chances. Yeah, that's true. Extended magazine, red dot sight, and light and everything stocked. Yeah, that was her first birthday, and to my son, it was a Glock 19 Generation 4. Oh, my bad. You know what? I'm sorry. I see the the girl now. I was looking at the picture, but no, I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about that. I mean, you're a girl. My respect. Sorry about my French and talking like that. Yeah, welcome to my live stream. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support my channel. Everybody's welcome. Okay, it doesn't matter what country you're from, what state you're from. So, welcome. What about the other two? They're quiet in the background. Nobody say nothing. Say something. YouTube doesn't allow you to touch the guns on live stream, but you can smoke crack, pot, and maybe you know do some heroin on the live stream, but you cannot touch a gun. That's great. All right. Crazy word. Crazy word. All right, guys. Welcome to my live stream. This is Guns Are Us. If this is your first time looking at my live stream, welcome. All right. I started live streaming like probably like 4 weeks ago, uh, just because I'm boring in the house and I got total knee replacement. You know, can't fucking drive or go anywhere. So I was like, why not? Let me do some Spanglish I'm Puerto Rican. That's why I have my accent. So let me do some videos and live streams on Spanglish. There you go. Anything you guys like, let me know so we can talk about it. All right. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, support my channel, and support the Second Amendment and the Gun to Verse, since YouTube doesn't support us. The Dirty Bandit, what's going on? Hey man, I got a Glock 17 Generation 4, no MOS. Will you recommend stippling or just buying a grip attachment, sticky thing, or the grip? Does that make sense? Sorry for it. All right, so this, all right, if you don't want to go expensive, I'm gonna show you a trick real quick, okay? Well, stand by. Give me a couple of seconds. I'm gonna show you something. All right, YouTube. YouTube, this is not a gun. I'm not touching a gun. This is a bicycle too. All right. This is rubber and battery resistant. If you haven't, this is your first time looking at my channel, just look at my channel and see how I do this with the tube, right? But if you want to rubberize your grip and you don't want to add more thickness to it, right? You can use that to rubberize it. It's gonna be very tight, all right? If you want to staple in the gun and you probably want to get that 17, trade it later for an MOS, right? Let's say you find an MOS and you talk to the gun person at the gun shop. Hey, I have a 17, man. Can I trade that 17 for an MOS, for that MOS? And they give you, $300 for it, and you decide to do it, right? And you haven't done the stapling job, because if you have the pistol in the factory configuration, they're gonna give you more than doing a stapling job. Okay, so I would recommend you. I did mine because mines are a kit. I keep in mines, but you can do that. You can add handle grips or handle grips. Have good stuff. They have some material just like sandpaper, but it's kind of like rubber, but it's kind of like the same as, it's a mix. All right, just like that one right there. You can add tape to it, but the thing about the tape is once you use the gun and you apply any oil or something, it's gonna start peeling. It's gonna start peeling. So that's what I decided to put. You see, I did a couple of them, a couple of grips. It was just a bicycle tube. Okay, you can put that in there. Nobody's gonna know it's a bicycle tube anyways. Just you. All right, and you can use that as a Ranger bands, all right, for any attachments on your gun, all right, to pick up those cables, loose cables around. So that's my idea, all right. But you can do whatever you want. You can do a stapling job, but like I say, if you do a modification like a stapling job and you decide to sell that gun, they're gonna give you less money, all right. Okay, so the thing about the sandpaper, right, is that if you're not using an an inner shirt inside your older shirt, that's gonna it's gonna give you a lot of friction in your skin, and it's gonna irritate your skin. All right, that's the bad thing about the sand type grip. All right, now they have another material, and you can look at the Handler Grips website, which is the one that I'm talking about, right? Or you can use that one too. Actually, they had that one too. It's like a honeycomb. It has some design that it looks like it's changing colors, but it's not actually changing colors. It's the shape. So they have a couple of nice designs. You can always put it in, and once with the time start peeling off, you just put another one, and they're not expensive. They got sometimes coupons, and I used to put a lot of those grips in my guns, but I stopped. Yep. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah. I mean, if it's a gun that you're gonna use for like competitions or why not, you know, you can do a nice stippling job, you know. But it's the same, you know. You can put a nice sand grip on it or a roverized, and it's a mix between sand and rover, right? Which is kind of like the same effect as the sand, but it doesn't scratch like a sand. But yeah, I know I talk too much shit, but I'm trying to explain. Or you can just drop one of those hog grips, you know, a slip in the top, but it's gonna add more thickness, like I said. No problem, man. No problem. That's what we're here for, man. You know, that's why we need to grow up this community so we can talk shit and share ideas between each other. You know. Yeah. Yep. 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 Got that Chris Vector right there. 10 mic. 10 my mic. 10 millimeters. I haven't tested yet. Look at that Viridian 4 lux 2K. That's a 2000 lumens light right there. And that grip is solid, man. Solid like a Tonka. Have two types of switch. Permanent switch and the other switch in the bottom. It's rechargeable. It has a magnetic cable. So you can connect it. Once you grab the gum, it will fall off. And it actually comes with that extra battery in there to keep it charged if you're not at the house. So it's clean, man. It's clean. You know, it looks clean. It doesn't have a lot of cables. You don't have an additional light for in the side, and a bunch of fucking pressure switch running around. You have one setup. That's it. And these guys from Viridian, they're experts on lasers. All right. So this one it comes in two designs. One just the light, and one with the light and the laser inside. This one had the laser, and oh no, that one don't have the laser. My bad. But this one does have the laser. Let me see. Yeah, this one had the laser. Yeah, and these guys are expert. Everything they have is green. They don't have red sides. All right. Just in case you guys want to look it up, Viridian. I have a couple of their red sites. They're super clean, you know, and white. So my favorite is the RFX. Those are nice. I've been having those for a while. You know, they had the chicken awake design, and over like 50,000 hours, some shit like that. You can have that shit for a year, and the battery won't die. Okay, so I have two of those right there. It's the same one, but the RFX, but little different model. One is older than the other one. Well, they have some good shit, man, and they're not overpriced. All right, guys. I have three guys in the live stream right now. I hope you guys, give me some love and support the gun community and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. It won't take you that long, just a couple of seconds. I'm close to 1,500 subscribers to get to the 10K. Okay. Once I get to the 10Ks, I'm gonna start giving away stuff like red dot sights, lights, and at least maybe once a year or once every 6 months a pistol. Okay, so I want to get back to you guys. I do this for fun, so whatever money I make on YouTube, I just give it back to you guys. What about that, huh? What about that? So you guys give me some love, I will give that love back to you guys. What do you think about the Glock 21 third generation? Good, really nice. All the Glocks are nice. Okay, not nice but reliable. Okay, reliable. I'm not saying that they're the only reliable gun out there. Just like the Hellcat, the FN Springfield, the M&P, they're really good pistols too. You know, there's a bunch of guns out there that they are really good. All right, but this is my baby, my 19. There's no modifications on it. Okay, just external modifications. Yep, that low design hollow zoom is very close. The window is very close. Very close to the slide. The closest to the slide, the more accuracy. Okay. And recently, you know, like probably like 6 months ago, I got that 49 right there. Sometimes when I feel like I want to carry more, something more slim, I carry that one. It's a little snappy, Okay, so I prefer my 19. I don't know. Maybe I got more training with it. It's a 9 millimeters. Mine is a 40. Okay, got you. Yeah, 40. 40 is not a very popular round. You know, I have a 40. That P320 is an old P320 that I modified. You know, I kind of like polished the slide, came out pretty good. Chrome and white, just to have something different. You know, that one is 40 Smith and Wesson, and that's actually one of my first gun when it was all black, because it was all black. Now, a 357 is a badass round. 357 Zig is a badass round. Even a 10 millimeters. If you can get your hands on a 10 millimeter Glock, I highly recommend that. He has a lot of stopping power, bro. A lot of stopping power. For home defense, you can't go wrong with 10 millimeters. I have this one right here, the Chris Beck that I recently got, chamber in 10 millimeters. I haven't tested yet because I recently, a month ago, had a total knee replacement, and I was crying like a baby because that shit hurts. But I'm out of the bed already. All right, so probably next week. Yeah, probably next week I'm going to be testing that gun right there and this bad boy right here. Yeah. So let's see if I receive the upgrades for that gun so I can take both at the same time. That's a Glock 20, right? 10 millimeters. I believe so. I was looking for it the other day, so I'm 99% sure that is the 20. Yes, yes, sir. I want one. I want one. I want one of those. Right? And the beauty, right, is that I already had the mags. The Chris Beck used Glock mags. Is Glock mags with a Chris Beck extension. So I already have. I believe, yeah. It's if you get the Glock 20, you're gonna have 14 rounds capacity. Yeah. So there you go. You can get an extended 30 round from what is this guy's? Fucking I forgot the brand. ETS. They were garbage in the past, man. But I think they're fixing the product. I have a couple of mags for the translucent transparent or clear mags for my Scorpion, and they're pretty well built. I know I have a video talking shit about them because the first mag that I got for a long time ago for my PT20, the rounds were falling off from the lips. But this ones look solid, especially this smoke gray 30 round in a Glock freaking 20. That shit would be badass, man. You get hit by with one of those 10 millimeter rounds. That's it, bro. That's it. You're gonna wake up either in heaven or in hell. Oscar Contreras, where you from, brother? Where you from? Oh shit. Los Angeles, California. Okay. I'm Puerto Rican, but I live in Florida. There you go. I have a 10 millimeters right there, but this one is a Rock Island. It's an excellent gun too. You can get this one for $800. It's a double stack. It's kind of like a 1911 platform, but it's a double stack. So it has a flush mag of 16 rounds, 10 millimeters plus three. So you get 19 of those 10 millimeters. Yeah, man. Yep. I got. You can get that gun right there for $179 right now. Um, I don't remember, but under $200. Yeah. But this one have a lot of modifications, inside and out. Yeah. And it's an excellent gun. Excellent. Super reliable. The SAR 9. You from the Philippines? I've been on Philippines before. Spent like 6 months over there. I stayed in Cabanatuan. Uh, what was the other one? Cabanatuan. And the city. What's the name of the city, man? I got a brain fart right now. Oh, fuck. I forgot. Yeah. Not in California, thanks to the government. I mean, the gun. Yeah. I know, man. But you guys are paying those guys, man. You guys are voting for that governor over there. You know what I mean? To create those stupid laws and stab you guys in the back. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Everybody talks about their laws and this and that, but when it's the time to vote and get these guys out of the fucking door, they get elected again. Either they are, you know, cheating, or some people, don't get enough. But we're not here to talk about politics, man. We're talking about guns. All right. But they go by the hand because every 4 years, every 4 years, we have to fight for our rights, right? Every 4 years. Every 4 years, we put some guy over there in the government in charge, you know, to stab everybody in the back with the tax dollar. All right, we pay them to do that. We pay them to drop our pants and do the rest. So let's see what happened in the next elections. We have to start fighting this stupid politics again. Somebody's gonna come up with some shit. Probably start charging again for the suppressors NFA items, and yeah, I find that so stupid. It's just about control. Yeah, just about control. The $200 and the tax stamp is a made up shit to get your information and keep you in the hook. Okay, that's why I find so hard, right? I find so hard to get an NFA item. All right, if you see around, I don't have any SBRs. All right, because there's not a benefit on it. The only benefit is that it just looks cool. You know, instead of getting a brace, you get a boss dog. Instead of getting angle grip, you get a vertical grip, and that's about it. Okay, but the benefits are not the same. A pistol, you can carry that, you can conceal that, you can put it in your car. An NFA item is a different story. Okay, so it's so stupid. It's so stupid. All right, and sometimes you guys think like, if these guys are stupid, I mean, this is just a piece of plastic. You know what I mean? What is the difference between this and a boss dog? What is the difference between me gripping the gun in the handle, right? Than or in a vertical grip, than gripping the gun in a vertical grip, you know? But it's just a trap, man. It's just a trap. All right? To get your name on the list. So when they decide to bind the guns, you guys are the first in the list. All right, but I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try. I'm very tempted now that they removed those $200. I had to work for my living, so $200 are $200. But my belief is, right, when they remove this in January, if they haven't done it yet, I think you can start doing your tax stamp already, your form, and submit it. And some shops are gonna hold your suppressor till the $200 on law are coming in effect. But I think my opinion is when that law comes in effect, right? I think the suppressors are gonna go up on price. The reason why they're not super expensive right now is because you have to pay, go over the form, and go through all the hassle, plus pay $200. But once all that is removed, they're gonna be over $1,000. All right. Some of their are already over $1,000, but they're gonna be super expensive. That's my thinking. What is the difference between about live streaming my guns? Well, live streaming my guns is there's no difference. All right, there's no difference. But guess what? I'm not scared. I'm not hiding behind anything. All these guns being purchased legal. If I got ATF right now, right? Well, they probably got my name already. They probably looked me up. The reason I don't have ATF knocking on my door right now is because I'm a clean guy. I have everything, by the book. You know, everything by the book. They look at my record. My record is clean. Everything is good to go. Okay. Even if I'm not live streaming right now, guess what? When you're purchasing a gun, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You gotta do a background check, right? When somebody steals your gun by serial number, how they know that that gun belongs to you? How they know? Because they already have your information, brother. All right. So there's no difference between me live streaming or you having your gun not showing the gun to anybody. Okay? Because they already know. They already know that you have that gun in possession. All right. Just to put that out there. Just to put that out there. All right. Do they know that I have that already? Of course they know. I have to wait a couple of minutes to pass the background check, right? So of course they know. Of course they know that I had that. Of course they know that I had that razor as orders, that I can make a pistol out of it or a rifle, whatever I want. Of course they know. Of course they know they have that bolt action right there. Of course they know they have all these pistols right here. All right. If a criminal get arrested with that one of those pistols right there, where do you think they're gonna go first? They're gonna be knocking on my door, right? If I haven't reported this gun stolen, because they know I have it already, even if I don't show the gun. All right. Okay. It's not about the list. It's about the benefit. I always talk about the benefit. All right. So NFA item, you cannot leave your state without your NFA item. You can't leave the state. All right. With a pistol, right? You can cross the state line on, as long as you have a concealed carry license that is, you know recognized by those other states, not with an NFA item. You got me what I'm saying? All right. Yep. A lot of restrictions. All right. If the benefit of an NFA item was the same as having that configuration, of course. You saying that I don't need uh, a concealed carry license to cross that state line with a pistol? It depends. All right. It depends. If you crossing right now, you crossing to Alabama, you crossing to Georgia, or other states that have how you call that shit, constitutional carry, right? And they can recognize anybody to carry a gun, even if they are out of the state, right? Like Florida. Right now, you can come to Florida, right? And if you are not a criminal, right, and you don't have a concealed carry, you can still carry a gun, concealed carry a gun in Florida because they have the constitutional carry. But for those states that they don't have constitutional carry, right, you cannot go to their state without a concealed carry license that is not recognized in their state. Even with a concealed carry license, there's some states. When I used to have the Alabama one, there's some states that were not recognizing the Alabama concealed carry license. I mean, obviously, you can cross whatever you want with a pistol. Yeah. Shit, you can go to New York if you want to cross the state line. Yeah, of course you can do it. Now, the consequences are different. Go to New York with a pistol and your concealed carry license in Florida to see what happens when you get pulled over. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Any state. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I looked that up so many times. The first thing I do when I get a concealed carry license, you know what? When I moved to Florida, the first thing I did was go to the agricultural department to get my concealed carry license. Right? I didn't even look at the constitutional carry. I didn't even look at the open carry because I don't open carry. I find that so ridiculous. All right, open carry. But the first thing I did when I came to the state, whatever state I'm going to, if I'm living there, is applying for my driver's license and my concealed carry license. Yes, sir. That's the first thing. It doesn't matter if they have constitutional carry. Yeah. The only thing that they have to fix in Florida right now is about the bump stock law that they have right now, right? With the FRTs and super safety. or any other device that accelerates the rate of fire in your pistol or your rifle, um, that law will cover those. All right. I think somebody need to get caught because right now it's federally recognized that you can have FRTs or super safety. Right. It's not illegal, but there's a law in Florida that you cannot have those because it's under the same law as a bus stock. I mean, not the bump stocks. Okay. So till somebody get caught with it and go to court and they clear that out and they're more specific, it's not legal to have an FRT or a super safety. That's the only thing that I'm complaining about it, and I'm not complaining too much, anyways. You know, because Florida is very friendly on gun laws. What should be illegal? You should be in jail. What I should be in jail, brother? Why? 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 What is the difference between having one or having 100? What is the difference? All right. See, if at the end of the day you're gonna shoot one, so what is the difference? I should be in jail for what? For what? For get a permit from the FBI or the federal agencies, ATF, right? To get a green light, go to purchase my firearms, right? To pass a legal background check, to purchase all these firearms. I should be in jail for it? You're ridiculous, brother. I mean, are you going back and forward? Like, I don't understand. You're saying I should be in jail, and then you're saying ATF is gay. Really? Come on, dude. Or you smoking right now? That should be illegal. Yeah. This is my passion, bro. Some people like fucking Pokemon cards. They pay for a gold Pokemon card like $700. They go to Walmart and scavenger all the shelf, and spend $500-$600 in cases of a Pokemon card, or what is the other one? I don't know, and stupid shit like that. And this is my passion here, you know, buy them, upgrade them, shooting them. All right. Some people like cars. Some people like to pay ridiculous amount of money on used Nike shoes. You know. So so I work for it. Yep. Family first. Family first. I mean, this is my hobby here, right? I'm not like some guys that are praying for somebody to cross my door so I can start blasting and killing like whatever whoever is crossing the door. Right? Since I own a gun, right? I keep my mouth shut. I try to walk in a straight line. When I see fucking trouble, I walk the other way. All right? Because I'm hoping that I never have to use one of these firearms in another human being. All right? Especially for money or somebody stealing something. All right? Because there's no material, right, that can replace a human being. I'm explaining myself, but but when you put yourself between you, me, and my family, bro, you're gonna hit a fucking brick wall. All right, I will do anything to protect my family, not the materials, but my family. Yeah, I mean, I'm not criticizing. This is your ideals. You know, some people, like to collect coins. Some people like to collect like World War I items, World War II items. Some people like to collect knives. You know, it's your hobby. You know, and, hey, we have to do something with our time. And if you like what you like, that's on you. I'm not criticizing anybody, but when you try to criticize me, you know, I will fight back. Yep, there is out there. There's a jungle, bro. Every day when you cross that door and you step out of your house, you're stepping in the jungle. All right. Are you a wolf or you're a sheep? All right. So that's on you. Are you prepared to fight back, or you prepared to get eaten by the wolves? All right. At least I prefer to stand the chance to fight back, even if I've been taken down. I prefer to at least have the chance, the tool to protect myself. Okay, because the police can't replace you. I mean, can't defend you. Yeah, that's right. I got my kids. I got my grandkids already. I'm not old, but I'm not young neither. All right, but I start earlier. I have my grandkids, and something happened to my kids, bro. I was a butcher in my early years, so use your imagination if a pedophile do something to my kids or any of my grandkids. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm gonna make so many fucking cuts out of that beef, out of that fucking animal. So many steaks. But some people see guns and they see bad things about it. They're like, oh shit, they scared. They never had touch a gun. They never fire a gun. The people that I've seen that are scared of guns, when they fire a gun, they actually like it. And they get motivated to do it again, or maybe own one and purchase one. But if you never have one or fire one, you know, obviously you're gonna be scared. Especially when the government is the first one, putting that shit in your mind that they're dangerous, that they're fucking machine guns, you know, that the AR is a massive destruction firearm. Especially the grandkids, man. You love the grandkids probably more than your own kids. All right, when you had that experience already, everything that you went through life with your own kids, you get more kind of like more perfection on how to grow, you know, family. So actually, you put some more love in your grandkids than your own kids. Plus, they are coming from your own kids, anyways. I say kids because it don't matter how old they are, you know, they're always gonna be your kids. I'm thinking about doing a wall so I can hang my guns in the wall when I do streamings. Because right now, use that wall, probably remove all the frames from there, and you know, put like those panels with hangers. It's gonna be way easier because right now, man, I got all these tables. in my room, and I cannot even open the safe. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, of course, man. Of course, just take your time, man. Make sure you set up your life to have a child, because it's no joke, right? We cannot bring kids to this world to suffer. All right. Look at that friend right there. Don't tell me that shit is badass, huh? That shit bad, huh? Yeah, man. I mean, I'm telling you, bro. You know, if I see a robbering, somebody robbing a gas station or something, I'm not. It's not the first thing that I'm gonna do. Pull a gun and shoot that guy in the head. You know, that doesn't work that way. You know, I don't know if that guy, actually, it's the first time doing that, and you know, doesn't have nothing to eat, or his family, or is getting crazy in the house, don't know how to pay the mortgage. It's not the solution what he's doing. But unless that person, just shoot the cashier for pleasure, that's the only way I will, kill that motherfucker. But I'm not gonna be acting like a superhero out there, right? Especially like you saying for a few dollars. But on these days when somebody tries to rob you or kick that door of your house, what is coming to your house is evil, bro. Evil. All right. If you don't know that, I don't know where you guys been living on the last few years, man. You know, I don't know where you guys been living in the last few years. There's so many kills and shootings and the road rage. Not long time ago, my wife liked to see all this news, and I hate when she. Well, I hate. I don't like it, but I like the information, because that fills your brain with everything that is going on. But she was telling me a guy had a road rage with another young lady, and he pulled up on her and shot her in the head, bro, for no reason. For no reason. What about that guy that stabbed that young kid, female, the blonde chick, in the subway for no reason? What about that older lady in the parking lot that stabbed the kid and his mom in the parking lot for no reason? You know, what about that other guy that walked in the store in a supermarket with a shotgun and start, the rampage, killing everybody? You know what I mean? Evil is out there, man. Even if you ban guns, criminals don't not gonna listen to the laws. Laws are made for citizens, right? Because criminals, they are already criminals. They're not following the law. Okay? You ask me if I want to put a switch in my gun. If it's not legal, I won't do it. As a criminal, they don't care because they're a criminal already. So most of the laws are made for citizens. Okay? Yes, it's crazy out there. All right. I was thinking the other day that because of the EBT situation that was going on, I think that thing was gonna get crazy out there, man. They were posting on the media that they were gonna take, groceries out of the people walking out of the store, and that happens before, And I was telling my wife, like, look, man, we need to go purchase our groceries, and not because I'm scared. It's just that you have to avoid these situations. You have to avoid these situations. And I think it's 50-50. You know what I mean? Some people have been living from these EBTs the whole life, and some people really need it. You know what I mean? Like old people that are retired, or they can't no longer work. You know, and they're paid their social security. Not, I mean, check is not enough to pay for their rent and every. I mean, groceries are super expensive on these days. You know what I mean? But what I believe is that some of the young kids and couples, on these days they need a good start. You know what I mean? Sometimes they work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and it's still not enough to pay for insurance, car, rent or mortgage. So they need a little push. And I agree. That my tax dollars are used to help other people, but not for the abuse. That's my belief, and some people are abusing, man. Some people say, I saw some females, man, saying that like they don't give a shit. You know, I don't have time for job. I got a personal life. You know, you taxpayers need to pay for my food. What about my kids? I got 20 kids. You know what I mean? Yeah, from different dads. But whatever. That's not my situation. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. That okay. But yeah, groceries are expensive. Yeah. An average American can't pay for everything, bro. You know what I mean? And I agree that some people that are doing good, and still you gotta pay for those taxes. I prefer that the taxes are used, the money that you are paying for tax, I use for good things to help other people. You know what I mean? Like, come on, we're sending billions of dollars in guns and bombs to other countries. Why we can't help our own people? You know what I mean? Those who that really deserve it, right? Those that really deserve it. Obviously, you have to try. Um, all they ask is like 15 hours a week or something like that. That's less than a part time. You know what I mean? To actually apply for those benefits. I remember 10 years ago, I would say 10, 15 years ago, I used to go to supermarket with $100. You can fill a whole car, man. A whole car of groceries. A whole car of groceries. Now, dude, you go to Walmart or Publix or any other grocery store and you walk out with $60 in groceries, you're carrying 2 bags of groceries in your hands. Yeah, yeah, yep, 1 bag. I don't want to get that, I don't want to be called liar, but it's true. 1 bag. 1 bag, man. Yep. Ah, yep. I was buying the other day a 2 pound of ground meat to do some spaghettis or burgers. $17, dude. $17 for 2 pounds of ground meat. Yep. Yeah, man. Everything's getting expensive, but the salary is still the same. That's the things that I don't understand. Right? That's where we need help. Right? As a society, you know, we need to balance. We need a balance, and right now it's not balanced. But we're talking about guns here. All right, we're talking about guns. Jimmy Ortiz, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing, man? You were here before already? If not, I will ask you to subscribe to my channel, bro. All right, to support my channel, support, like I support everybody else that is in the gun community. Every time I see a young man, trying to start a channel, it doesn't matter, he have like a couple of $300 or $200 guns. I see the motivation of these guys and what they're doing, right? Um, and I always, try to, either motivate these guys with a comment or, give them advice, subscribe to their channel, and like, because they're doing something good. They're not out there doing crazy shit in gangs and stuff. I mean, I'm hoping that. Okay. And if I see something wrong, I let them know too. First time, first time. Then welcome to my channel, bro. I've been doing live stream like maybe 4 or 5 weeks. I started doing a live stream because I just had a knee replacement, a total knee replacement. So I'm fucked, man. I'm condemning the house, not driving. But hopefully this next week I can go back to the range and start driving. All right, I feel better. So yes, and I actually like it. I actually like it. Sometimes I get some nasty comments and some stupid people, but most of the time I feel like I'm having a conversation with you guys. Yeah, but I'm been on YouTube for you know several years already. I have over 150 videos of reviews, light reviews, gun reviews, modifications. Most of my videos are demonetized, okay? Because I don't give a shit. I do I do the video how I like it, not how YouTube like it. But for the live streamings, I cannot touch the gun because as soon as I put a finger on one of those guns, my live stream is gonna be shut down. I remember the first live stream. I didn't I didn't know anything about the rules, man. And I still play. I mean, I start, reviewing the gun like I was doing a video. I start, showing the trigger, the reset. Bro, I didn't last 5 minutes. I got banned for 72 hours the first time. The next one, I forgot to put a gun on the table, and I add the gun in the table, and my freaking video got shut down. So I can't. That's why I use this pointer right here, because I cannot touch any of those guns. At least on the live stream. So if you want to see my face and and reviewing the guns, you can. You're more than welcome to subscribe my channel and look it up. Okay. What's up, brother? Follow gun YouTuber here, nearly 50K subscribers. Shit, man. I gotta follow you up, bro. Carson Hansen, dude, let me take a screenshot, man. I'm gonna look you up later, and actually gonna subscribe to your channel. Okay. Thanks for being around and supporting my channel too. All right. Damn. Good game, man. I'm glad that you have 15, and that's gonna still growing up, right? Nice, nice. I appreciate it, Jimmy. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate that comment. I still figuring this shit out, man. The live stream. I'm trying to put some comments in the screen so you can start voting. Like, I was trying to put like, hey, are you support the Second Amendment? Yes or no? But I have to figure that shit out, man. I'm not a computer guy. I know how to build cars, work in engines, drop an engine, put it back in one day. You know, working wood, concrete, electricity, ACs, guns, but electronics. I still figuring that shit out. Let me go around the block. It's a grease bag, 10 millimeters. Shoo. Yes, yeah, you can do that. You can do that, but not in live stream. Not in live stream. All right, you cannot do that. I was a dumbass the first time, and I started reviewing my pistols first, right, and showing the trigger pull and all that shit. Didn't even last 5 minutes. And all the couple of times I got banned like 24 hours in a row. Um, One was because they think I touched one of the guns, and the other one is that actually I add one of the guns to the table, and I got banned for 24 hours. But you can do that. You can do all that, right? In a regular video, no, not in live stream. Okay, you can upload the video, reviewing the gun and doing all that, firing the gun, shooting the gun, doing all that. All right, but there are certain things that you cannot do. Modify the gun or show modifications that are not actually part of the gun, like additions to the guns, or disassemble or assemble the gun. All right, it's give or take. Sometimes you don't get demonetized, but most of the time you will get demonetized. That means that you're not gonna get any benefits or any money from YouTube. All right, so pretty much that video is not gonna have any commercials. And sometimes I can even go further. You know, now everybody's doing like shorts all the time. So I start doing it because you have to get at the same rhythm like everybody else if you want to keep growing the channel. But I don't like to do all those shorts because some people are like, you know, showing the gun with the background music and they don't say anything. You're not talking about the gun. You're not saying anything. You're just showing and flexing with the gun. Okay. So I like to, provide more content on the video and actually talk about the gun. What is the upgrades? What is internals? You know, how much cost internals? Where you can find it. But today is about shorts. And sometimes you get what they call now shadow ban. So you can have probably 10,000 subscribers, but when you make a video, you get like 50 viewers for like a whole month. So they shadow ban you. So they ban you, but you don't know that you are banned. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And most of this happen with guns. Because when I make a short about guns, it doesn't get too many views. But when I talk about something else, like the other day, I was doing a short video about motivation for those guys that are going through the process on their replacement and the recovery, right? You know, I just I was just giving a couple of words of motivation to all those guys, and that video got over 1,000 views. But when I showing a gun, it's getting like 50, 60 views. So you know what it is. They're not very supportive with the gun community. But hey, guys, I would like to say thank you to all the guys. I know there's a couple, maybe one or two guys right now, but it's time to 9-9, okay? So thanks for your support, and I will see you probably. If you subscribe, you will get notifications from my live stream when I'm on. If you get that, click on the bell for notifications. If not, then I see you when I see you. Okay? From Tennessee, are you talking about the really tall guy that is always shooting in the mountain down? It's always reviewing. What is it that? Oh man, I forgot. I mean, I've been in YouTube for a while. You know, what is his name? Hiccup, something like that. Yeah, Hiccup 45. Yeah, yeah. I'm a fan of him, bro. He's uh he's an OG. He's been on YouTube for a while. Yep. Hiccup 45. So um that was my dream actually. Uh I'm living in Florida right now. I don't want to talk about my work too much. Did I retire from it? Right? But that was my dream. You know, when I was living in Alabama first. So I want to buy a couple of a big terrain and build my own ranch pretty much in the backyard. You know, but things went south. Moved to Florida, and wife has been by my side for 27 years, bro. So sometimes you have to give something back. All right, it's not always you. All right, I will see you guys in the next video and in the next live stream, or hopefully, you guys already subscribed, so you guys can see me for the review of my Mac 5 and probably some shooting of my Chris back and my CC Scorpion, since I did some upgrades on it, okay, with the delayed blowback system. But new stuff coming like always. This old stuff was new at some point, and when they were new, I did make a video. So flip the page and go to the next gun, okay? So hopefully you guys are subscribed so you can see that. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay strapped, stay vigilant, and always, always, always carry. All right? See you guys.